Okay, welcome back. It's phase 3 of the template sketch here. Taking a look at this is probably the most difficult part of the sketch, and what we're going to do is we've taken into account how wide the object is, or our standard material. We've taken into account how long it is, and now what we have to do is we have to kind of take into account the thickness. Okay, so the way that we do this here is we've got to imagine this as a three-dimensional structure where we're going to go ahead and place three pieces together here like we would in real life, and I'm putting them in the order that they should go in. So it's going to look something like this. Now the reason why this is important here is because you can see that these three pieces here all stack up on top of each other, the thickness, and they're 3 layers thick. And so this creates a design problem for us, and we've got to be able to visualize how these stack up and then go ahead and record what those look like on our drawing. So let's go ahead and take a look at our drawing again. And you can see here we've got a problem with the way this is represented. You can see this here, all these pieces come together and it looks like they're coming together in the same place and the same space. Well, we know from experience and reality that we can't put objects together in the same space. So these are going to have to be layered up. And so one of the things that I want you to think about as you're doing your sketch and doing your design work is how you're going to arrange these here. And my recommendation for you is to go ahead and let's take a look at all your vertical pieces of your sketch, and those are all going to be the first layer of the sketch. And then the second layer of your structure too. And then the second layer are going to be all your vertical pieces coming down. And then the third layer could be this diagonal right here. So the question is, how do we go ahead and represent this on our drawing? Well, if this one's the first layer down and this one's the second layer down and the diagonal is the third layer down, see these lines right in here? These lines right here in between these two edges right here, they have to be erased. Now watch what happens when I do this. I'm just erasing these edges here. And then I'm going to darken in this with my pencil tip just to kind of show that these things, that this diagonal piece is on top of this and on top of that. And see this little segment right there? I'm going to go ahead and keep that in my drawing because it tells me this piece is on top of that one. Okay? So let's do another example. Let's take a look at these two, where these two joints, or these two truss members come together. And you can see here, this one is going to be your first layer down. So horizontal pieces first, vertical pieces second. So this segment right in here, I'm going to go ahead and erase because I want to show that this piece is on top of that one. So that's how I'm doing it. Let's take a look at another example, and let me move the camera in just a little bit. The diagonal piece coming down on the end of your bridge here, well, this one here is probably going to be the topmost in the stack, and you can see the horizontal pieces are the bottommost, the vertical pieces are the second. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to erase those segments that would be hidden from my view. So when you think about it, we've done some exercises there where we've drawn some sketches there and we've put in some hidden lines. Well, in this case here, there's not enough space to develop a good hidden line, so what I do is I erase all those edges that would not be visible because something is on top of them and they would be hidden from our view, and that's where we get the term hidden line. It's a line or edge that's hidden from our view. And so that takes care of that joint. And so the trick of this is then you have to go through the rest of your structure like this. That joint you'd have to figure out, and then you'll have to figure out the joints on the rest of the structure here. You have these joints here that you have to do, this one here, and so forth. Now the good news is that your bridge is symmetrical. So what you do on this side will be the same as you do on the opposite side, on the right side of your truss. In the same way, this corner here, well, it's going to be the same as this corner over here, just like that. And this edge right here, well, it's going to be the same as this one right over. So I'm gonna get my camera here to move right over here, and so forth. So we can use the property of symmetry to help us kind of divide up some of the work here. So that's kind of a rough explanation of how all this is going to go together. But the thing is, you got to plan to what each one of your joints is going to look like with the erasure of the lines that are hidden from the view, from our view. Okay, well, good luck with your sketch, and we'll talk to you soon.